Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for viewing this video. Today, we're going to be talking about immigration support that's available in Newham. So the purpose of this is the focus on useful immigration support services that are available for families to access help. So for parents and children and young people. So the first organisation and project is the UNIT project, and this provides support to people who have no recourse to public funds. And it supports families to complete a change of conditions application for recourse to public funds. And you can visit the Unity Project website for further information and how you can make contact. Next organisation is RAMP, which stands for Refugee and Migrant Project. And it's run by the Renewal Programme's Refugee and Migrant Project. And it provides supports for refugees, migrants, and asylum seekers who live in Newham and who are seeking refuge from disadvantaged conditions. The service offers immigration advice, help with housing applications, financial support, and any safeguarding concerns. And it also helps with a bi-weekly food bank. So you can contact RAMP for support on the email on the slide. And you can find more information on the website on the slide as well. Next one is the Refugee Council. Now, this is a project that supports people during COVID-19, and it aims to connect refugees and people who are seeking asylum with organisations that can help. And you can call their info line on the number on the slide. You can also look at their contact list on the link on the slide there. If you go to refugeecouncil.org. And the support includes, advice for new refugees, advice for children and young people, support around employment or health, homelessness, mental health, and resettlement support. Here's a short video that should have captions. Yeah, I'll just turn it up. Oh. And it's from the Refugee Council.
My name is Sarah and I work for Refugee Council in Barnsley. Our project works with refugees and asylum seekers, and we run a number of groups such as our women's group, men's group, ESOL class and conversation club. Due to recent government guidelines about social distancing, we've not been able to deliver our face-to-face work in the ways that we have before. So we've been looking at creative ways in which we can meet our clients' needs. We've been using Zoom video conferencing to deliver our conversation club, and we're hoping to deliver our ESOL classes this way too. We've also set up a closed Facebook group for our clients to join as members, and we're able to share key updates about the virus, how to stay safe, positive and healthy during this difficult time. And we can also share information about learning English at home. Our clients have found this a useful tool to be able to stay in touch with one another and to ask questions. Our advisors are also able to deliver advice and support over the telephone, which has proved crucial during this time. Thank you so much to everybody that donates and supports Refugee Council. We couldn't do what we do without you. If you would be interested in supporting our Refugee Solidarity Fund, that would be amazing. Thank you so much and stay safe.
We're seeing...
And here is another video on the coronavirus response from Refugee Action.
The families that we're working with are struggling to understand the healthcare information as it applies to them. So we're making sure we're having direct contact with every family to make sure that they have accessible information that's relevant to them, that's translated verbally rather than in writing. We have, for example, one family that the father has been hospitalized with coronavirus. And through that hospitalization, family contact completely broke down. They only had one mobile phone in the family. Dad didn't have it in hospital. Mum and his children were frantically trying to get information about how he was, but couldn't speak any English in order to contact the hospital. We intervened quite quickly and made sure that a phone was delivered to Dad in hospital so that they could have some level of dialogue with one another. We have had 5 babies born the week before last in resettled refugee families. 5 babies being born in a week is a lot. 5 babies being born in a week where you've got a coronavirus pandemic is tough. Obviously, those families were very worried in the later stages of their pregnancies, making sure that they were safe, making sure that they were isolated and had food that they needed. But then having to register those births, register child benefit applications, it's all taking longer and it's all very complex and difficult at the moment. It's putting more pressure on the work and the importance of the support that we're providing those families and helping them trying to navigate that and trying to navigate it ourselves. We're in pretty unprecedented situations. I think that the families that we're working with have all of the hallmarks of poverty and deprivation in the UK multiplied by 1,000, and it will have a much more disproportionate impact on the families that we support.
So the next organisation is Right to Remain, and Right to Remain's vision is a world in which everyone can exercise their right to remain with dignity and humanity where they need to be. So if you go to Right to Remain's website on the screen, they can provide you with information and resources, training and assistance to help people establish their right to remain. Here's another short video, and it's from Right to Remain, and it's the Young Asylum Guide, and you can access the Young Asylum Guide on the link there on righttoremain.org. And I'll just play this video. Hopefully it's got some captions. So like I said, you can access the Young Asylum Guide, which has information and advice, especially for young people, young asylum seekers, members of the family. There's also an organisation for legal advice called the Joint Council for the Welfare of Immigration. And if you do need legal advice, you can contact them on the number on the slide. And they also have information and guidance on their website. Ramfel is a charity that supports vulnerable migrants to access justice and provides vital support in moments of individual crisis. So they offer a range of support, one of which being immigration. You can find out more on the website on the slide. They do operate a low fee service for all renewal and for citizen applications. They also cover support for things like permanent residency, EEA, citizenship, and much more. Ramfel also support with housing and homelessness. So they can, put you in contact with other organisations, offer housing advice for families at risk of homelessness and for recent refugees. They also offer integration support. So they provide English classes, access to mainstream benefits, advice, and advice around housing as well. And you can find the integration form on the website there. They also offer a food bank for destitute migrants to help address their basic living needs. And you can find the details of the food bank on the website listed there. And they also did provide EU settlement scheme advice. I know that the deadline has passed. However, I would check the latest government advice and check Ramfel's website as well. There may be, if you have an application put in before the deadline, you need some advice on where it's at, please do get in contact with Ramfel. They'll be able to point you in the right direction. There's also organisation for migrants and refugees called Praxis. They provide expert housing advice, peer support, to meet the needs of you and your family. So they've got a telephone number that you can ring to speak with an advisor. And they provide free immigration advice over the phone. And they can also give you updates on, I would go to the website, Praxis website, and try calling the number there regarding EU citizen advice. However, please be mindful things may have changed. So do contact them via their website or on the main telephone advice line. They have also been offering virtual group work and activities. And if you're interested in joining one of these groups, you can email Emma Gardner, and their email is emma.gardner@praxis.org.uk on the slide shown on the screen. Migrant help protects people affected by displacement and also exploitation, helping them to thrive as individuals and to recover from their trauma. They support the most in need and those who are least likely to find support elsewhere. And you can find more about what they do on the website listed on the slide, Migrant Help UK. They also have a list of translated asylum advice in community languages. And there is also a free asylum helpline at the number on the slide. And to keep updated with their support, please do visit their website listed on the slide. Here is some lists of food banks. You can go to Newham's website and search for food bank locations, and you'll be able to see the list of the current Newham food banks. There was support during the lockdowns, of support for food shopping, etc. Please do check the latest government advice and guidance on this, and you can find that on the Newham website. There's also a really good organisation called Community Links, and they will help you through crisis. Now that can be financial crisis or housing, mental health, food banks, employment, and peer support groups. And the contact details for Community Links are on the slide. So if you are in crisis, please do give them a call or an email, because they'll be able to support. There's also a fantastic organisation called the Magpie Project. It's a registered charity in Newham, supporting mums and under fives that are in temporary accommodation in Newham. So they have been, during the lockdown, unable to run face-to-face sessions, but this may have changed now. Please do go to their website and see their latest information on their sessions. They support families who are in temporary accommodation, and you can call them for support on the number on the slide. Lastly, thank you so much for listening. And if you would like a copy of the slides, you've got everything in one place. You can email the email that's listed just there, strengthening.families@newham.gov.uk. And yeah, so if you would like to be part of our parent WhatsApp group, you can also email the Strengthening Families email, and we can add your telephone number to the group. And what that'll do is you'll get updates of all the latest support and events that are happening within Newham. Thank you so much for listening today, and take care all. Bye bye.